If Davis Mills were to play at a Pro Bowl level, call it an alternate, if you will, whatever the hell you want to call it. Even if he doesn't, and he's in the Pro Bowl conversations, okay? But he's playing that caliber quarterback. Somehow the Texans still have a shot at one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft when the draft slots, when they finish the season and we know where they were slotted at. And the question was posed who was number 1 overall?
Number 1, right.
Was Bryce Young went to somebody else. If you're the Texans and you're sitting at number 2 and a quarterback that you like is available in the draft, do you draft him and move on essentially from Davis Mills after playing at a Pro Bowl level? And Show, you said, hell, like you didn't even blink. You just said yes.
Well, yeah.
You got to explain this to me now. I was like, what? A Pro Bowler?
As I said, like if we're talking about the Max Jones Pro Bowler, like we're not talking about the Mac Jones Pro Bowler. Like we're not talking about the Pro Bowler of Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Burrow. Talking about if he played like Mac Jones, and I'm sitting there and I've drafted him in the 3rd round like the Texans have, and I've somehow him playing like Mac Jones, it would have to be the Texans have traded up to get to number 2. Because that wouldn't mesh if he played. They would have the 2nd pick.
Yeah.
But if they had a chance to go and get C.J. Stroud, and they felt like C.J. Stroud, who was widely thought of to be 1 or 2 right now between him and Bryce Young, if I'm the Texans and I scout him and I look at him and I think this is a cat that has a chance to be one of those guys, has a chance to be a guy that I win because of and not win with, then I would make that move, because that is the piece that you have to get, especially in the landscape. Thank you for your General Mills rendition, Tyler. Especially in the landscape.
I was listening to you. I didn't even pick that up.
Especially in the landscape of the AFC with all of these really, really good young quarterbacks that now have teams with them. Right? These longer the days where you have, Josh Allen, and he's not rolling to the party with several other guys that are potential game changers. He's coming to the party with Von Miller, Ed Oliver, Tre'Davious White, and Stephon Diggs. Like, these guys have guys rolling with them. I think you got to find the guy that you feel can be a difference maker. And to me, I would do that, even if he's playing at a Mac Jones type level. If he's playing at that level,
you would punt on a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
The Mac Jones Pro Bowl.
Well, a guy in any conversation about the Pro Bowl, even if he's not a Pro Bowler, but they're considering him to be an alternate. I mean, you would punt on a Pro Bowl quarterback a year and a half into his career.
I think it matters the type of guy it is and the type of guy that I'm potentially trying to go get.
Tyler, I know that.
Such a hater,
man. I know the level of hate is it runs deep.
That's hate. That's hate. Like, you think that's a crazy?
It's crazy.
That's what John Lopez did as well. I mean, he said the same thing.
Well, no. Like if Deshaun Watson walked in the door, then now we got a different conversation going.
Deshaun walked in the door from college, from wherever.
No. If, like he said that, John's deal was that Cleveland replaced a good quarterback, Baker, with Deshaun Watson. And now if Davis Mills stays injured and messes a bed and is a problem off the field, is divisive in the locker room, and then all of a sudden Deshaun Watson walks in the door and you got a chance, that's different. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a year and a half in game-wise, a year and a half in, a guy's playing at a Pro Bowl level, and you got the chance to either take a quarterback or take Will Anderson, who I think is a monster. But and you decide, you punt on Davis Mills to go with a quarterback that you think maybe
that you're looking at and you're saying this dude can be a guy that's on par with the top quarterbacks in the league. Like, yeah, to me, like if we're comparing as they said, with Davis Mills to Mac Jones level, right? Like that to me is like saying, right, when the Chiefs sat there with Alex Smith playing at that type of level and they said, or we're going to go draft Patrick Mahomes. Or that's like when even the Bills had Tyrod Taylor, who had just gotten them to the playoffs for the first time in a long time, and they drafted a quarterback. Or as John said earlier, Jimmy Garoppolo, and they felt like we got to go draft a young quarterback. We're going to give up multiple first-round picks because we think we think this kid is special. So I think we've seen examples of it. To me, it is the hardest way to try to win the Super Bowl, and to win is to win with the quarterback that you win with and not because of.
That would be just so, like, I guess the Pat Mahomes thing, we knew who Alex Smith was. I mean, he was several years into a career where you knew this guy was a low ceiling. He was only going to bring X to the table.
I mean, he even changed his game. I mean, he led the league in passes, in yards downfield, passes downfield. Like
Alex?
Alex.
No. But I'm just saying, when they made the decision, actually, like, everybody in the league knew who he was. He'd already been punted on. I don't know. That would be really, really difficult for me to even. I mean, if he was even remotely in the conversation of a Pro Bowl like alternate, to punt on him, boy, would be like I would have to really love, like, he would, like, C.J. Stroud would have to be a generational talent. Like, he would have to be thought of like Trevor Lawrence for me to make that move. Like, I mean, how do we know what C.J. Stroud or any of these guys are going to be at the pro level? That'd just be. Whew,
so you would ride.
If I got a Pro Bowl quarterback, absolutely.
But you don't think there's a difference between the type of quarterbacks, like Pro Bowl quarterback. Like, there's a difference between like Joe Burrow and Mac Jones. We're talking about them Pro Bowl quarterbacks. There's a difference between Josh Allen and who else?
Well, I mean, but we're not. I mean, yeah. To answer your question, you were getting off into semantics, though. Like, Mac Jones was just the fringe Pro Bowler that was brought up in conversation. The point is regardless of how he got there, if he's in a conversation for a Pro Bowl, it's like, I mean, if we want to comp him to Mac Jones, I get that. Is there a difference between I mean, I would say small sample size, Joe Burrow has a lot more talent around him. There's a lot better guys on the other end of his passes that are catching them than Mac Jones has, I think, at this point. But I mean, I don't know.
I'm not one to sit like the Bengals did with Andy Dalton for years. All right, man, we got a French guy. Like, he may be all right. Like, he may be able to get us there if we got everything perfect around him. And no, I think there are a lot of examples of just the all right dudes. And like, as I see on the text line,
no, I'm with you. There's like Jimmy Garoppolo. I think is a perfect example. Like, I've seen enough of Jimmy. Like, I think it's hard. Like, if Davis Mills starts 7 games this year and that garbage we watched last year, the dysfunction of the organization, and then this next year, all of a sudden, he finishes a year with 4 games, rocking and rolling, and then goes a season and plays at that level. I mean, that's like, I wouldn't be ready at that point to punt on him the way like Jimmy Garoppolo is one of those where you've built a phenomenal team around him. There's no dysfunction. It's a perfect situation, and like he's just not. He's held you back.
Like, how do you think we'll view C.J. Stroud? Because that seems to be a play. How do you think we'll view C.J. Stroud a year from now? Like when the draft comes with the season, if he puts together another season, I think C.J. Stroud is going to be viewed as a player that's got a chance to be there. 100%. You know what I mean?
I think he's got a chance to be legit. I think he's got the sexy skill set that everybody's in love with right now. I'm just saying, I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I'm punting on a pro, like a fringe Pro Bowl quarterback for any college skill set.
I can hear what you're saying. I can hear that's fair. Yeah. I go for the thought of, if I'm not great at that position, and I feel like there's a chance where I can be great at quarterback, because there is, like, as I've said, it is like what Joe Flacco did. Man, that's hard.
Yeah,
to win a Super Bowl with him and to go through, like, that's hard. Has it been done? That's hard. But hell, you got to have Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. You got to have so many parts around him and have things break the right way. And Jones go crazy for like a month. Like, that's hard to do. The consistent ones are the guys when you have the guys that you win because of. And I don't believe the Texans have that guy yet. Yeah. And I don't think Davis Mills is going to be, especially in this league, a win because of.
Yeah. Well, no, there's, I mean, definitely not the like a crazy arm talent or athletic skill set. I mean, definitely
such a
not.
Hater.
Tyler's in there jumping.
Such a Mills hater.
But you don't understand where I'm coming from. You don't understand the logic of that.
No, if he's a Pro Bowler, I don't.
Okay.
There's still room in General Mills' army, man.
I'm just like the scary part for me, show is like We talk about Pat Mahomes. We talk about Josh Allen.
Just rolling with Matt Schaub, huh?
Like how many organizations have swung and missed on guys that they thought were going to be that? So I don't know. I
know it. It's true. It's a real risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the scary part. I mean, and if I've got a guy that wins has to win the same way that Tom Brady plays the game, the way that Drew Brees plays the game, really the same way Joe Burrow plays the game. Like they got to win that same way. And he's playing at a Pro Bowl level. I'm gonna roll those dice, baby.
Yeah. All right, that was fun. Good convo.